Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the Ebrake. Today we are working on the BMW again. I was driving this car the other day and I smelled a little bit of fuel. So I parked the car, parked it overnight, sat around, came back the next day. There was like half a gallon of gas underneath the car. Got underneath it and it turns out where the kid cut the exhaust, he went ahead and he clipped the fuel tank. I honestly did not expect that, but it happens. What are you gonna do about it? You can't. I'm not gonna call the owner and be like, hey, give me my money back. No, I bought this car with the intentions of fixing up the little things and daily driving it. I'm just glad I found this before the car caught on fire. What I did ahead was drill the fuel holes to drain the remainder of the fuel, kind of just around the tank, and drain the 18 gallons that was in there, which really sucked. Got rid of that, and I got a new gas tank and I put it inside the car already. So if you look underneath here, it's already up there. The only reason I did not finish this last night was the Ebrake cables. I didn't know how they like came out. There's a little Ebrake cable deep down in there. I wasn't sure how to like pull the cable out all the way so I can attach the Ebrake line to it. I guess you just pull off the little trim and loosen the cable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that really quick, get that done, get this entire project done, set the car down and roll it out. The real reason I want to get the car done as fast as possible is there's a little bit of a coolant leak from like the water pump area. And I want to yank it all out and take a look because I want to start daily driving this car. I absolutely love it and I really want to drive it. I've been driving this every single day, which I'm not going to complain, but the car doesn't have power steering. And like if I go through like Starbucks or something and I'm like driving, it sucks. It really sucks. Okay, so here's this Ebrake line. There's both of them. Okay, so, you know, actually, if I push these back in, let me take a look. Oh, look at that. That was that easy. Holy moly. That's awesome news. So basically now I have this little clamp, goes like this, grabs onto the wire. Let's see if I can get it on the wire. Like that. This one's gonna go in there. That's gonna go in there. That's gonna get spread out. Let me see if I can do this without damaging anything. Kind of a weird angle. There, that's done. So I cleaned it up a little bit, checked the pads. They're still in really good condition actually. I'm gonna rip the Ebrake. Oh no, I'm not. I gotta get the rotors on first and then rip the Ebrake. Yeah, it's all done. New water pump on, new thermostat, kind of like everything really. It's kind of dirty, needs to be cleaned out. Coolant looks green, but it's actually blue. It's just a weird light. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run to the auto store or auto parts store, whatever, and pick up some BMW coolant, fill this thing up, take it outside, start it up and let it idle and bleed out. And fingers crossed, the water pump doesn't leak. It might leak. If it leaks, then I'm gonna have to redo the whole process and put like an actual OEM metal gasket, not just one of like the fiber ones. Put a little bit of a, I don't know, minute gasket or whatever on there just to try it, and it seemed to be fine. Another thing that I think is freaking awesome is when you go inside the car and turn it on, the temperature gauge doesn't stay at red anymore. So that confirms the old temperature gauge was bad. So replacing that was a good thing. Yeah, it seems good. Fuel pump's kicking on. There's no gas because the gas tank is completely empty and it's completely cleaned out. I'm gonna go get a couple gallons of gas, put it in, bring it back, fill it up with coolant, start it, let it idle. Anyways, let's head to the parts store right now. All right, we got coolant. Let's fill this thing up. Seems fine, doesn't seem like it's leaking any coolant, which is a really good sign. One thing that happened was there's a crossover pipe for like a air pump or exhaust, I don't know, something. And the little O-rings on there got messed up. So when I start the car, let me start it. You guys can listen to it. It kind of has a pretty bad exhaust leak at the manifolds and it sounds horrid. Yeah. It sounds horrible. It's been a lot done the past few days. We redid the gas tank, redid the water pump, did air filter, and a few other little things. Basically all that's left is kind of just tighten everything up and redo. I'm gonna show you really quick. There's this silver pipe right there kind of like by the water pump that runs right there to the end of the head right there. And then on the other side, basically they have O-rings at the end, and those slide into, I think the exhaust manifold, I don't know. Those O-rings I think are pinched, or the lines just aren't in there correctly. For now, I'm gonna call this quits. I'm gonna call it good. We've got a lot done on the BMW. It's not leaking coolant anymore, and it's not leaking gas, and it's drivable. Minus the exhaust, it's drivable. And that's a huge step, because really this was just a paperweight before that. Now it's a running, driving car.